Question for you. Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. It happens in a few weeks. First things first, what do you think about Jake Paul fighting Mike Tyson?
I mean, I really don't like it. I mean, Jake Paul is like, I get it. I mean, he's doing what he can do, and he's doing what he's being guided to do. Fighting Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, a legend. At the end of the day, Mike Tyson know how to get in shape. He know how to fight. You know what I mean? So we'll see. But Jake Paul is, yeah, to me, being like a bully a little bit because he picked the old man. You know what I mean? But it is what it is.
I mean, obviously Mike's older. I don't know. I think this is, I don't know if it's exhibition, pro fight, whatever it might be. I think they definitely have shorter rounds. I think it's only 8 rounds. But either way, how do you see that fight going? And do you have any concern about Mike potentially getting hurt by Jake Paul? He's younger, faster. I'm sure I wouldn't say stronger. We don't know. They say the power never leaves, but he's got power, right? How do you see
Yeah.
that fight going? And any concern for Mike?
I mean, I don't know. Mike fighting a young boy. I mean, anything could happen. Um, but I would like to see Mike Tyson whoop his ass, though. Of course. I don't even want to see him stop him, just whoop his ass.
Yeah, we gonna find out. What do you think about it being on Netflix, Greg? I mean, like boxing is in a point of transition right now, right? Where like you got different promotions figuring out different situations. Top Rank's been at ESPN a while. You got PBC with Amazon, and even Top Rank's talking about evolving after that deal ends and moving on from that
Yeah.
into other things. But like, what do you think about Jake Paul and just the business side of this? Him getting this fight on Netflix, and what kind of impacts you think Jake Paul has had for boxing, good or bad?
What I like about Jake Paul is what he do for real fighters. There's real fighters that he does have signed to his company, and there's real fighters that he look out for. There's real fighters, you know what I mean, that he show love to. So I like Jake Paul for that. But Jake Paul being a fighter himself is trash because he always looking for the advantage and he make it clear. You know what I mean? You fighting Mike Tyson, yeah, it's a big risk, but Mike Tyson is probably 15% of what he once was. You know what I mean? So
Let me play a little devil's advocate on that.
yeah,
So that look, valid point, right? Jake definitely has the advantage over almost all his opponents. One of the few times we've seen him not have the outright advantage. He took a loss to Tommy Fury, unfortunately, right?
right.
But then on the reverse side of that, most boxers, we don't know their first 15 fights from a can of paint. Like we don't follow. That's not how the boxing world works. We catch on to them when they get that first promo run, when they feature by that first regional, and then they end up on something major. That's how it works in boxing. So most of the time, when you look at a guy's record, like I remember Regis and Devin last year going back and forth on their face off, and Regis looked over. He said, "Name one of the first 15 guys you fought," and Devin just laughed because he knew like those guys were also guys that were not on the same level of stature where he had an advantage. So is he doing anything different than most boxers do except having the notoriety and spotlight?
Nah, because the difference with Devin Haney was 17 years old. He was a kid, 16, 17 years old. So you're not gonna know the first 15 because he just developing. He's just a kid. Here you got a man fighting cruiserweight, claiming that he one of the best in the world, but he wouldn't dare get in there with one of the best cruiserweights in the world. So that's why I said he's pimping the game, and he's pimping the game by making fights like Mike Tyson. I'm not mad at him for that. I'm mad at him for acting like a real fighter. But I like that he look out for fighters. You know what I mean? So I guess you could call it like a love-hate relationship. I don't know. But, if it's Mike Tyson, it's Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson making some money, so I like it.
Yeah, nah, for sure. And you're right. You're right. I've been to a lot of MVP promotions. That's what I like about MVP promotions. And you're gonna see some valid fights on the card. Even if you don't agree with the Jake fight, there's a lot of valid fights on that card. And there's a lot of fighters that I heard of or will, put on the radar for me at least through an MVP card. So definitely shout out to Jake on that end.
Right.
100%. 100%. What do you think about it being on Netflix though? Like just being on that platform, 250 plus million
I
subscribers, right?
mean, yeah, that's smart and that's great. You know what I mean? For for boxing and for Jake Paul and for Mike Tyson. It's just that what they doing with boxing now is they're making it feel like anybody can box, and then they coming in with making up new rules. You know what I mean? So that's the only problem that's happening here. But besides that, the business wise, if you can make moves like that, get it on Netflix and shit like that, hell yeah, I'm with all that.
Dope, for sure. We got Mike Mattingly in the chat, and I think you addressed this a little bit, but I definitely want to address this question. Before I do, actually, shout out to Alan CQ. Appreciate the super chat. No questions, just pure love. Look, man, that's what we do it for. You know, we work hard to get on here to bring you people like Greg Hackett, who got a real voice and is involved in this stuff. And we appreciate the appreciation 100%. Mike Mattingly, can you ask Greg if he believes Boots gets another championship at 47 next or not? If not, moving up. It's like question mark. If not, is he moving up?
I myself don't think the champions at 47 want to fight Boots. So I think within 1 or 2 more fights, yeah, he'll be moving up. That's what I think. I don't know. Because I don't know who does his business and I don't know how they do it. You know what I mean? But me, myself, looking at the game, 47, I don't want no trouble with him.
Yeah. I mean, who we got at 47? We got Barrios, Stanionis, and then why do I always Norman. Yep, Norman. Wow. Yeah. Interesting. While we got a second and we wait for our next guest, and again, guys, if y'all got questions, put them in the chat. This is a great time to get them from Greg. We have a lot of people joining us today, and we appreciate Greg's time. Like he told y'all, he's always put in the work at the gym. So we actually, get him away from work a little bit. Feel free to shoot me questions. But while we wait for those questions to be answered, why do you think the Norman Boots fight didn't happen?
It was never going to happen because that kid wasn't even supposed to have the belt. He got the belt. He young. So Top Rank say, hold on, let's be smart. We got a young kid, strong kid, got the title. If he won't be champion for a long time, we can use him for something else. But we won't use him to give all rights to Matchroom and Eddie Hearn and all of them, to make Boots look better. You know what I mean? So they're going to hold him up. They knew they wasn't going to take that fight the whole time.
Yeah. Why do you say, just so people understand, why do you say he wasn't supposed to have the belt?
Because nobody thought he was going to beat Santillan.
So you say like he shocked people is what it is. Like he shocked them a little earlier than expected.
Yeah, he shocked everybody. He shocked himself. He shocked the promoters. He shocked the matchmakers. He shocked everybody.
Yeah, no, for sure. It would have been an interesting fight. We never know what happens down the line. Chase 215, Charlo versus Boots at 154. Jamel versus Boots. What do you think about that fight?
That's a great fight, man. Jamel is his best at 54. And Boots, we just can't wait to see him at 54. The skills against the will and the power of a Charlo, the strength of a Charlo, that's great. I mean, to see Boots' skills up against that. So I think that'd be a great fight.
You got Boots winning how? Decision, knockout?
I think it'll go decision, but with 2 knockdowns.
There you go.